good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing? How are we feeling after lunch? Good, perfect. So, as you can see here, my name is Adriano Accardo, and I'm an agency manager at Google. I've got here 25 minutes or less to talk to you guys today. Usually people ask me a question, what's your role at Google? What do you exactly do? So it's very simple. I consult agencies. I'm a product evangelist for Google, and I help help you guys make the web work for yourselves. So before I start, I want to say thank you to Andrew. This is the second time that I come here to this event. And given that it's been running for 3 years, I think I must be doing something right. I always get the after lunch spot, so bear with me. I have a bit of an accent, but I've got some interesting things to tell you guys, so pay attention. Does anyone recognize anything on this picture? Can you describe what you see on that picture? It's pretty simple. Look at the camel. Camel. Street view, perfect. So that's raffia. Any guess where raffia, the street view camel, any guess where raffia is a boy or girl? We don't care. But anyway, what we do care is that what raffia does is raffia is taking us to the Liwa Desert. Anyone has been to the Liwa Desert in Abu Dhabi? No one. I'm going there this year for the first time. But if you haven't been, you can use Google Maps and Street View to go to the Liwa Desert in Abu Dhabi. And why am I showing you these? The reason I'm showing you this is because now with digital technologies, consumers are changing the way they use and consume media. And now we can take people to places we couldn't take before. It's pretty magical, right, if you think about it. So if you're a brand today, I'd like for you guys to start thinking about what are the signals that you can take from people as they browse the web, and how can you use those signals to actually better communicate with them. In the next 2 slides, what I'll do, I'll show you a search query index for 2 major events. They're sport events. I'm following on the gambling side. It's all about gambling today. No, it's not. But basically what I'm going to do is show you search query on Google and how they've changed over the last few years. I'm using a search query for teams, players for 2 major sporting events. The first one is the World Cup in 2010. Spain versus Netherlands. What you're seeing here is you're seeing search query for games, players, and teams. The blue line is desktop search queries, so what people are searching, how people are searching for other games on desktop, and mobile is the yellow line. What you see here is that desktop is predominant. If we fast forward 4 years to another event, have you any big sport fan here? You must be loving this one if you love if you love football. But if what you see here is that the consumer behavior has completely changed. I mean, the number of search queries has tripled over just in 4 years. And then where we're completely different from the other slides, mobile has taken over desktop. Yeah. So if you're a business, this is not, Google has been talking around mobile for years, but I'm not going to bother you with what you need to do with your mobile site, but this is basically a clear example of why, what's happening. And what we're also seeing that, not just people are searching more, and they're searching more as well, and they're searching across the entire, across the entire game. The picks, anyone knows what the picks are? Well done, the goals. And also what you're seeing is that not only people are searching more, but they're searching more mobile, but they're searching more. And what we're seeing that people are not just searching for teams and players, they're going beyond that. Anyone knows who is the number 10 for Brazil? Neymar. Good man. And in fact, people are not just searching for the players, they're searching for more than just the players. If you guys, Brazilians searching for number 10's ex-girlfriend higher than the number 10 himself. If you haven't seen Neymar's ex-girlfriend, you're probably researching now. If you have seen her, you know why, you know why people are searching for it. So, you know, I've talked about the rise of mobile, but for me, what really stands out is the fact that you know, now mobile has overtaken desktop and tablet. So if you're here running a business, you know, you need to make sure that, you know, not just your business is mobile first, but that you create a seamless experience as people move from one device to the other. Yeah, we live in a multi-screen world. If you think about 35% of the top UK advertisers still don't have a mobile site. Yeah, that's pretty. You know, we've got something to do here, but I'm not going to bother you with you guys with these. And then 49% of people that search, they use only mobile devices just to research for information and products. They don't transact on mobile. So if you're looking to convert on mobile, it does happen, but it might not always happen on mobile, it might happen elsewhere. So really understanding how people are moving across devices is fundamental to make sure that you actually keep investing in media in this device. Now, moving on. So we're constantly connected. Does anyone have a smart fridge? Wearable technology? I've got Google Glass somewhere. But basically what we're seeing is the Internet of Things will actually become bigger than smartphone, tablet, and PC altogether. So, you know, technology is, you know, the consumer are constantly connected. And, you know, the fact that they're constantly connecting is really changing the way they behave online. And it's really changing the way they search for your products and service, as well as they interact with your brand. So if you really want to communicate and make the most of your communication with your consumer, you really need to understand what they're searching for and how they're searching for. So in the next few slides, I'm going to share with you guys some of the consumer behaviors that we're seeing, some of the changes that we're seeing on search and videos. And so the idea is that you can take some of these behaviors, really understand the insights, understand how your consumers are searching for your brands, and then interact with them. Now, next one is, I'm going to talk about search now, but before I do, we had someone from Coral talking about social media today. Now, I'm not here to kick any of the social media partners. We love social media. I love social media. I'm a superstar on Instagram. I live a superstar life on Instagram. So why am I telling you that I live a superstar life on Instagram? The reason is because what we post on Instagram is what we, on those social media platforms, is what we want people to perceive of us, right? Whether if you come to Google or if you search for something new, you come and ask questions that you wouldn't even ask your best friend, right? So if you're a company, if you really understand what people search for and how they search for your service or brand, you can really understand how to communicate better with these people and be there and be in the moment that they're searching for you. So what we're seeing is there are a few themes around search and how behavior has changed. We're seeing the search is more complex. Yeah, we went from what to why to how, and who knows what's next. What is we moved away from keywords, from people just searching for keywords, to actually looking for longer phrases. For example, in the past, people searched for Tom Cruise. Now they will search, what is Tom Cruise's last movies? Well, who is Tom Cruise's wife? And if you guys don't know, he's got 3. Yeah, not bad for a man as tall as me. But this is not the reason why I'm telling you this. So, you know, the consumer behavior is changing, and the way people use the search engines is completely different. In fact, search for why are growing 1.5 times faster than the one for what. And then you can see how people are searching online, but just by using Google, right? For example, if in January 2014 here, just as an example, you can see, if you search for why, you can see what are the most related queries. So in this case, you have, why is the sky blue? I don't know. Why do we yawn? Why am I always tired? Maybe you had a big Christmas and then you're tired. In February, it changes again. Yeah. Now, I don't know who Stacey is. I had to do a bit of research, but I'm sure there are a lot of people who were disappointed. But you know, regarding Flappy Bird, if you can give it back to the web, there's a lot of literature that are disappointing for that. But anyway, we'll move on. So also we search for how I've tripled in the last 3 years. So people want to find more information. So, you know, for example, if you break, if you ride a bike and you break a tire, you basically go and search online, or you go and watch on YouTube how to do it. I've done it a few times, and I worked out it's probably better to get someone else to do it for you. But you know, just because it's a lot of work. But you know, and then we think about the World Wide Web as a global tool. It's really fundamental to understand how people, there's a behavior changing in different locations. So what I've done here in the next slide, I've basically presented what are the most related queries to how in different countries. Let's take a look. The first one is the United States. Let's see what they search for. They search how to tie a tie. That should be pretty simple, right? In the UK, what would that be? Come on. Biggest search query is make pancakes. We should all know how to do this, yeah?
What time of the year?
This is just, you know, anytime you can we basically can do different search queries at different time of the year, but this is basically just the one.
You don't have a peak in February?
Yeah, well, we don't have a peak in February. We have this one is just across, you know, just to see differently, and you can basically use Google and see at any point in time what people are searching for and how they're changing their behaviors, right? So you see that will change over time, and it will change over location as well. But in this case, we just pick up a few examples for you guys to look at. In India, what do you guys think people look for in India? They want to learn how to kiss. I don't know if there's anyone here from India, but but you know, guys, come on. In Cambodia, they want to learn how to hack a Wi-Fi. In Singapore, they want to grow taller. And then the last one is how to make a baby boy in Botswana. But we also see another theme around search is that people are coming to Google to find more information. They're looking for inspiration. They basically come to Google to research for products. So if you have an offline business, raise your hand. If you have like bricks and walls, there is a lot of people that search online and that they will basically they will go offline to make their purchase. Now, this is always, the conversion from online to offline is very difficult to prove. There are companies like Max Spencer that we have here, John Lewis, that do very good work in having multi-channel people, marketeers. But what we've done, in the US, we've experimented a product that allows you anonymously to understand if after people have clicked on an ad, whether they've been to your shop. Now, that is pretty cool, right? I know for some people it's anonymously, so some people say, oh, that sounds a bit creepy. It's not. And also because we give users the opportunity to opt out if they want to, the data is anonymized, right? So, but from a marketing perspective, that's pretty cool. It's something that people weren't able to do before. It's not come yet to the UK, it will come very soon, hopefully. Now, talking about inspiration, you know, what we're seeing is changing is that people don't search for grey shirt. They search for, they come to Google to find inspiration, and they come to Google to ask questions. What in that case is what shirt goes with the navy suit? Now, an Italian would definitely know that. I'm not sure we're searching for that. That's probably England or, but, oh, come on, I'm kidding. Anyway, that's what Google says. I told you that people come to Google and ask questions, they wouldn't even ask their friends. But you know, inspiration. So if there's a lot of companies like Mr. Potato that will spend millions to create content to answer their question. And if you search for their question right now, there's no one buying any ads or no one appearing in that position. So if you're a brand, you need to start thinking how people search for your brand, and be there, be in the time that matters to them, communicate to them when they need you. What I also done is to just basically show you how people use Google to find inspiration. I found, I've got lots of friends at the moment that are getting married, they're having kids. So I basically selected keywords and see how people change search for different differently related to these keywords, which is my pregnant wife, in different part of the world, right? I'll show you, start with Mexico. Now, if you're married to a Mexican, anyone married to a Mexican? No one. You're pretty lucky, right? They're very romantic. They look for, you know, poems. They want to be, you know, they're really caring. Let's look at the US, what they search for. Oh. I get scared, a bit like me. And before we laugh our cousin, our American cousin, let's see what we do here in the UK. So this is, you know, to give you an idea, is, you know, I don't even want to tell you what people search for in Italy, because it's quite, you know, it can be quite, it's, you know, it's quite creepy. So I wouldn't even tell you. But, you know, this is basically allows you to understand that, you know, based on different location, people will search different. So if you are a brand that you want to connect with these people as they're searching for your product, a service, or something, an emotion that you can connect with them, then you need to understand how these changes, you know, in different places. What we also see is that search is more conversation. So we've gone from typing a keyword to actually talking to Google. Yeah? Does anyone have Google now? It's perfect. If you don't have it, if you have, you know, it's on iPhone, on Android, it should be as default. But Google Now will basically be the search app on Apple devices. And basically, it connects with your calendar, with your emails, and it gives you answer before you even search for them. Now, it also allows you to say, okay, Google, and it allows you to talk to them. So we're seeing people having conversation with their phone. We have run a survey in the US that says over 50% of teenagers use voice search. I think more than a few times a day. And around 40% of adults use voice search as well. And what we've seen is that they said, when we asked adults why do they use it, they say because it makes them feel like they're tech savvy. Yeah, but because they say that they shouldn't, they're not really. But you know, basically we're moving from searching from keywords to actually more longer questions. You know, like just questions as you ask your friends, like what is their movie there where a mom makes applesauce? That is one. Anyone guess for how many movies there are? The movies where everyone dies? It's a bit sad, but there are around 10 of them. So I wouldn't search for them anyway. And we're also seeing that search is more in the moment. So people, 51% of shoppers in the UK, they will basically use a search engine to compare prices when they're shopping. Now, if you have bricks and walls, there are people that basically say, oh, we want to stop people from using Wi-Fi. We should ban the Wi-Fi from our shop because they go somewhere else. And you know, my suggestion to you guys is you can't do that because it's an insight. You have it, use it to your advantage. John Lewis does. If you're using their Wi-Fi, they allow you to use their Wi-Fi in their shops. They actually incentivize you to use Wi-Fi in their shops. And they push you contents, offers, and stuff that are related to the product that you're searching for. So, you know, it's pretty good. That's a really great multi-channel experience. It's an insight that they're using to make the most out of it. They just had the third biggest Q4 ever. And they say that a lot of the profit that came from mobile. So, here's a massive opportunity for you to use. And also, what we're seeing is that it's all around context. You know, people might be in different location at different time of the day, and they might searching for the similar thing, but you might want you will need to show a different relevant ads, right? So if I am here searching for hotels, I might want to stay in a hotel, and it's at 9 p.m. at night. I might want to stay in here. But if I'm at home searching on my desktop, I might want, you might want to serve to me a different ads, right? So, and going back to many small businesses around here, small and medium business, quite a few. So this is because location is so fundamental. You can have the signals from everyone's mobile devices. You know, this is a really important way for you guys to play a part and to actually win on a local basis. Yeah. So the web is not just made for larger company; it's made for everyone. There is an opportunity for smaller business to play a part here. Now, moving on to video. How are we doing? Good. The back. Oh, good. How long do I have left? 10 minutes. I think I should be fine. Good. So, I've talked about being constantly connected, and the fact that we constantly connected is also changing the way we watch, we see video, we interact with video. In fact, I think this is a similar slide that Tanya had before. We did talk to each other this morning, but we decided to use it anyway. As video is more interrupted, so 86%, I would say around 63% of people would use another device as they're watching the big screen, and 86% of these people will basically be looking at something that's completely unrelated. Now, if you're a brand, how do you engage with your consumer here? And I have an example of a company that's done some really good work, but you don't need to be Nike or Adidas or any big brands to do it. You can do it as a small brand as well. What they've done is during the World Cup, they've created 3D animation of their players. And as one of the players or one of the football stars will score a goal, they will basically create an ad. They will go to the web through the Google Display Network nearly instantly after 10 seconds, right? That's pretty cool. You know, people were able to engage with the ads. And as a result, they had they basically used the insight that people would be watching, would be connected with, would be sharing online, would be using another devices. And they, as a result, that they had one of the most engaging campaign that I have seen. That's pretty cool, right? So it's also more mobile. 45% of YouTube, I mean, we quite like it to own a big video platform, YouTube. We have around 1 billion users globally. We quite like it to have one, and then what we're seeing is that people watch more video on mobile. And you know, people might think there's a misconception that this happens on tablet. It is really not. It is happening on mobile. So if you are a company, a brand, they're trying to engage with people on YouTube, how do you create content that basically engage with them and is faster, is slick, and it goes straight to the point. So that's something for you guys to take back and think about. We also ran a survey, says video is more influential. Actually, after word of mouth and looking at going to shops to look at products, YouTube is very influential. And what we're seeing is that we're seeing the rise of new superstars, what we call the YouTube stars. Now, anyone who's got kids here? A few people. I hope your wife is not pregnant right now. This is one of the YouTube superstars, Zoella. Now, if you have kids, they will, I'm sure they follow Zoella. They'll watch her video online. What Zoella does basically talks to our audience around how to dress. Gives us tips around beauty and fashion. Now, now you've noticed me. You know that I don't need it, but there is a lot of people that do need it. In fact, she's got around 8 million subscribers on the YouTube channel, and some of her videos are watched like hundreds of millions of times. Yeah, it's pretty massive, right? So if you're a brand, if you're warehouse or river island, how do you engage with these stars, and how do you take content? People search and watch this video on how to dress and how to tips for beauties. How do you talk to these people? How do you engage with those superstars so you can get out there when people are watching those videos and engage with your consumer? So now we're nearly finished. Few takeaways for you guys. But before I do, I wanted to show you an example of a company that I do think do marketing in real time. Now, this is an example for a gambling company. I know there's been a lot of gambling here today. Please, or play. I'm sure the choral guys say play. I say don't play wisely if you do. But the idea is basically the reason being is these guys, this industry is basically has been mobile for a long time already. They have, and then because they have, and a game is only 90 minutes, for example, if it's a football game. So how do you engage with these people in that short period of time and make sure that you are marketing in real time and you're getting the most out of those 90 minutes? So what Betfair has done is they really understand their consumer, how they move across the different platforms, from desktop, mobile, apps and mobile web. And they basically, based on where they think the insight that they have, they'll communicate with the right person at the right time with the right message. I would suggest there was an event where the global director of Betfair, which is the example I'm showing you guys here, came to talk at a Google event, Think Performance. I would suggest you guys go online and check it afterwards. But it's pretty interesting, and how you can. This is an example of marketing real time. What we see in most organizations, especially the larger one, they have different people doing different things, and unless there is, and they all look at those channels in siloed, and unless you have someone that overviews all those channels, you can't really do marketing real time, because you have the search guys doing the search bit, you'll have the display guys doing the display bit, but so the integration of those channels is fundamental, and understanding your consumer is fundamental. These are the takeaways. So find out what your users are searching for, and be there when they're searching for your brand. Go beyond, search has got this thing that is all about performance. Is not, people do search different things on Google. So there is a way, to emotionally connect to some of the, if you are building content and you are creating content, put it out there when people are searching for your brand. Or they're searching for something that's related to it. Understand the context. It's all about context. And be creative to make sure that you have very impactful message. And the last thing is, the people don't care what device they use, neither should you. Thank you.